Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to MC's Kitchen and Outdoors. We got another good one for you tonight. What are we doing today? We are doing a jambalaya, folks. That's right, we're doing a jambalaya. So, we have chicken, we have chorizo, we have andouille, and we have some shrimp. And we got a bunch of other stuff that we got to put in this. So let's get started. We're going to render down our chicken first. We're going to get our chicken cooked. I have been dry brining this chicken in salt and pepper. That's all that's been on, but it's been dry brining for about an hour, hour and a half. So we're going to get that on, and we're going to do it on a cold pan. So we're going to put this in a cold pan. We're going to turn the heat on a medium low. And we're going to let the fat in the skin and in the chicken render out. And that fat is what we're basically going to use for the rest of this dish. We are going to have a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of butter, but not as much because we're going to get a ton of fat out of this chicken. We're using chicken thighs, boned out chicken thighs. So, let's get our chicken in a pan and get it turned on. And this is a one-pan meal, folks. One-pan meal. Okay, now we can turn this on to a medium low, and this is going to take a little while. So we're not going to have you sit here the entire time we're doing this. So we'll bring you back when we go to flip them, so you can see what the color looks like on these on the skin side. We put skin side down. Throw it out right in the sink. Get that thing out of my way. All right, folks. As soon as that's ready to flip, we'll bring you back. Our chicken has finally released from the pan. It's taken a while, but we've gotten some really, really good color on that skin. Look at that. There you go. We're just turning them over. Yeah. Look at that. Look at the color on that skin. Oh yeah. But we're going to pull our chicken. I'm going to turn this down even a little bit, just a smidge lower, closer to low than it is medium low. We are going to be adding a little bit of chicken that I made the other night from a roasted chicken that I cooked down the other night, just because we need a little bit more. So we're going to take that and we're going to put this in this bowl right here. No, don't need that much. And about that much of what I want to add. And it's basically breast meat. We're going to cut this chicken up. Throw it right in that bowl with that. And while we're cutting it up, we're just going to go ahead and let's go ahead with the chorizo. We don't need to add any more fat to this because there's plenty of fat in here now thanks to the chicken. We'll get the chorizo going, throw that in the sink, get it out of the way. And we're going to start cooking up this chorizo on a medium-low heat. Just want to get some color on it. We're not looking to fully cook it. We'll go ahead and get the rest of this chopped up. Pick on the little bits and bites left here on the cutting board. And get this chorizo cooked up. Alright, so our chorizo's done. It's not fully cooked, but it's cooked enough. All we were looking was just to brown it. That's it. It is now time to do the andouille. We'll get the andouille in here and do the same thing we're doing with this. Creating flavor, for our veg. All right, andouille sausage. There we go. Get rid of that, and get rid of that. There we go. Look at that. All right, I'm gonna cook this up until it's browned. And then we can get started on our veg. All right, folks. Andouille sausage is done, as far as it needs to be done. I'm gonna get it out of this pan. Next up is to make our gravy. We're gonna add some flour, spices, our onions, our garlic, our peppers, trilogy, our celery. What else? Our tomatoes. Got a whole bunch we're gonna start adding up next. So we're adding 2 tablespoons of butter to this. I have Kerrygold that I'm adding. Let that melt. I'm going to try and scrape up as much of the bits off the bottom of the pan as we possibly can. Melt this butter. And typically you add equal amounts of butter and flour, but because we have fat in here from the chicken and the sausage, we're going to add 3 tablespoons of flour. All right, let's add 3 tablespoons. All right, we got 3 tablespoons of flour added in. We're gonna cook this down just for like, not much, not really long at all, a minute or 2, and see if we need to add more, which is always a possibility. And at the same time, we're scraping off as much off the bottom as possible. And we are definitely going to add 1 more tablespoon of flour. So total, 4 tablespoons of flour. We don't need... There we go. Now it's time to get our trilogy in. And our trilogy is celery, onions, and bell peppers. Let's go ahead and get that in. And get that in the sink. We'll get this mixed in here. Now we can add our scallions. And our garlic. Right in the garbage. Not in the garbage, but right in the sink. And our seasonings here is 2 1/2 tablespoons of Slap Your Mama Cajun seasoning. Slap that. So Slap Your Mama Cajun seasoning, 2 1/2 tablespoons. We have 1 tablespoon of Old Bay seasoning. And we have 1.5 tablespoons of basil that we're going to be adding to all this. All right, let's get that in. Throw that in the sink, and I missed. That's strike 1. Now, we are going to add our Roma tomatoes. I chopped up 4 Roma tomatoes for this. I'm going to get that right in there. I'm going to get that cooking down. And now we're going to add our San Marzano tomatoes, crushed. Got our San Marzanos in there. We're trying to start getting this thing to the final stages. So we're going to take 1 whole box of chicken broth. Use any one you want, doesn't matter. Chicken broth, chicken stock, bone broth, doesn't matter. Get that in there. 2 cups of a long grain rice. So I'm using jasmine rice for this, but you want 2 cups of long grain rice. But we're also going to go ahead and get our meats in here now. All our chicken, all our sausage, our andouille, our chorizo. You want to get that in there. Go ahead and add all the leftover grease and whatever's in there. I'm going to turn this down to low. We're literally taking our shrimp that I seasoned with a little bit of olive oil, very little bit, and some Old Bay is going right on top. And it's going right back in the sink. Take those shrimp, spread them around just a little bit. You want them on top because you don't want them sitting on the bottom, they'll overcook. And then we have some curly parsley, Italian curly parsley, that I am going to sprinkle right over the top. Basically cover the top of this with that. In the garbage, 2 points. Spread the parsley out, nice and easy. We'll go ahead and give this a cover. And now you don't want to touch this thing for 10 minutes. We let it sit for 15 minutes. Took the cover off, stirred it, let it sit for another 10 minutes. I am now stirring it again, and we are going to let this sit at this very, very low heat for another 10 to 15 minutes and just let it just finish off. I think we're done. We're going to take a quick taste test and see where we are. Yeah, the rice could stand to cook probably another 10-15 minutes. It's just about done. It's just got a little bit of crunch left to it. Wow. Oh, there's the spice. Took a little while for the heat to kick in, but it's not crazy. Oh, it's got some great flavor. Wow, that's good. Holy cow, I think we got ourselves a winner, but we're gonna wait until it's completely finished. So stand by to see how this came out. Ooh, that looks good. And to eat. To test this out and see how it is. Oh man, that looks good. Try and get a little bit of everything. Jambalaya, folks. Here it is. Looks good. Let's give this a try with a little bit of the chicken first. Mmm. Holy cow. Wow. And keep something clear here. First time I've ever done this. First time I've ever done a jambalaya. Wow, that's good. It's got a kick. It's got a kick. It's a good kick. All right, try some with some of the andouille. Okay, better. Andouille sausage alone, I'm not a fan of. It tastes like hot dogs. But in this, wow, that's really good. Let's see if we have any chorizo in here. Hopefully I got some chorizo in here. There we go. Found some. Whoa. Ooh. Ooh, the chorizo's really nice in that. Wow. All right. Last but not least, shrimp. Hopefully the shrimp's not overcooked. Oh wow, shrimp's perfect. Wow, that's got a good kick. Got a kick. That's really good, folks. Okay, so I'm gonna munch this down and kill it. You guys take care, be safe, and we'll see you on the next video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, put a comment below, and hit that, smash that thumbs up button, give it a good like. Thanks folks, we'll see you soon.